Hi guys, this is Wawa Coco. Let's go ahead and talk about our ticker symbol AMC. So today we have a short interest of free float. Okay, 7 days ago it was 22.85%. Current right now is 23.81. There is about 122.18 million is borrowed share on loan right now by the short sellers. Okay, the current cost to borrow is 1.17. The utilization right now is 100%. Okay, 100%. Now, if you're asking what is the utilization, right? The utilization is the ratio between the numbers of shares on loan across all outstanding loans in the wholesale market and the number of shares available for the lending at lending programs. 0% means that no shares have been borrowed or lent at the lending program. 100% means that all shares available to borrow or lend on a lending program have, in fact, been lent. This does not represent the number of shares listed on the exchange that have been lent because not all listed shares are available for lending. It indicates how much of the supply actually available for lending has been lent unless otherwise specified. This is given in decimal format. So that is the definition of the utilization, which means in the market right now, um, all the shares have been borrowed, have been used, have been taken. Does it mean there's no more shares out there that they can use to borrow? Well, there's also hedge funds like BlackRock, Citadel. They could borrow shares from them and short AMC. It's just a fact of life. That's how they manipulate the stocks. That's how they use the stock to reduce the price of AMC. Okay. So what happens is if you look at the short interest, okay, of float, as you notice right here, it is really about 23%. Okay, so this is February 14, which is yesterday. It is about 23%. Okay, let's take a look at, so this changes right here from Tuesday, right? So they say a lot of people are not understanding this area here, this or this returned shares and borrowed change and the cost to borrow. All of these are changes on a daily basis. Okay, Monday to Friday from 5 a.m., there's a reset. 5 a.m. is the reset. Okay. After 5 a.m., everything goes back to zero. Okay. And then they wait for the short sellers to borrow. So if they borrowed shares, they will put it in here. And if they return share, they will put it in here. And then the change is right here. Now, it accumulates on an hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, or on a daily basis. Okay. And then all of these will be reset again at 5 a.m. So right now, even though the time here is 9:06 p.m., there's still a chance that they can borrow stocks, short the stock, um, borrowed stock, make some changes in this area. Okay. It will only reset at 5 a.m. Now, a lot of people say, oh, this is delayed 2 hours, blah, blah, blah. Well, I'm going to show you that this is on a daily basis. Okay. So let's take a look at this area here. Okay. The live short interest box provides you with an update throughout the day based on the latest lending data. The numbers are reset at 6 a.m. ET and new numbers starting coming in after 7 a.m. Okay. Estimated, that's the short interest data. Okay. So estimated short interest change, this is the estimated percentage change in the number of shares being shorted the previous trading day close. Okay. Estimated current short interest free float. The current estimate of short interest as percentage of free float, taking account for intra-day data. Estimated current SI, the current estimate of short interest taking account for intra-day data. Return shares. The number of return shares have been returned today. Okay. Return shares. Borrowed shares. The number of new shares that have been borrowed today. Borrowed change. The change in borrowing today. Borrowed shares returned shares. Cost to borrow minimum. The lowest cost to borrow agreed on any loan today. Cost to borrow average. The average cost to borrow agreed on all loans today. Cost to borrow max. The highest cost to borrow agreed on any loan today. On trading days, this data is updated from 7 a.m. before the markets open and continues to be updated until 5 a.m. Eastern Standard Time the following day. Stock lending is not restricted to market trading times and may take place in a different time zone than the primary listing of the company. It is quite normal that some transactions are booked and may be canceled or closed unfulfilled later in the day or overnight. All changes will be consolidated at the end of the day data that is released before the US markets open every morning. The end of day data will also contain information from some securities lenders that do not report data live throughout the day. Okay? So those are the explanation with regards to this area here. That's why now you notice everybody is posting this. This is the live short interest data for NYSE AMC, starting at 7 a.m., ends up at 5 in the morning. Okay, so the current short interest afloat is 21.19. Current short interest is 108.73. Cost to borrow 1.04. Cost to borrow average 1.5%. Cost to borrow max is 2.32. 3.69 is the borrowed change. They borrowed shares of 472,000 borrowed shares. They returned shares of 4.16 million. 4.16 million was returned. Okay, so let's take a look at Fintel. So according to Fintel, the short interest is 107,800,655 shares. And if they close this position, it will take them 1.52 days to cover. The short interest free float is 21.01. Dark pool volume is 12,503,097. Off exchange short volume is 58.99%, according to FINRA. Okay. 5 hours ago, there is 1.7 million shares. 1.7 million shares available. Okay. 1.7 million shares available to short the stock. So 10 hours ago, it was 1.8. 12 hours ago, it was 1.3. As you notice, it started with 4.7 million, 5.5 million, 5.7 million, 1 million, 1.4, and so on and so on. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at the fails to deliver. So the fails to deliver, as you notice, this is February 14. Okay, this is a few days ago. All right, take a look at this information. 9,990,000, almost 10 million on February 14, 6 million on February 11. Okay, take a look at that information. 6 million, 4 million, 1 million, 6 million, 132,000, 673,000, 2 million, 3 million, and so on and so on. Massive, 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 massive information, right? Massive failures to deliver. And guess what? This is February 14th, and they released that information right away. They're supposed to release that next next few, next few days or 15 days forward, but they released it already, which is good for us. So funds disclosing short position, U.S. domicile, Levin Capital put about 15,000 shares, Jane Street 3 million, Ace Lax looks like they closed their position, Walleye 123,000, USB Group 31,000, Parallax 201,000, CSS 42,000, Shoshana 12 million, HAP 199,000, Bluefin 82,000, Barclay about 250,000, Oasis Management 8,500, DE Shaw 12,000, CTC LLC 32,000, EMG 307,000, 14,000, 3 million, 286, 400,000, 103,000, 559,000, 13,000, 6 million, 300, 1.9 million, 200, 489, 30,000, 1.9 million, 89,000, 2 million, 312,000, 54,000, 10,000, 79,000, 2 million, 14 million, okay, and so on and so on and so on and so on. This one right here, Huntington 1.225. So these are the people that are shorting AMC, and it's massive, 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 massive shorting of AMC, right? So guys, if you like this kind of update, please don't hesitate to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification button. Good night, and I'll see you on my next update.